Probably because the fight over there about I had in Chicago a certain way. Oh man. Yeah. You know what I just viewed? Sometimes I wonder if my wife died. I wonder if somebody jumped my wife or something happened to her. A person said, "Why would you say the things that I'm saying?" I'm saying, let me explain why. My wife is an element empress also of this earth, and also an element ninja empress of this earth. And then you have the element empresses and the empresses of this earth that are star beings that also are element empresses and know about forms of element science to the higher education if they choose to use it at a time or not. This economic system is a private refining economic system means healing. That means for it to heal, you can't have the wrong type of physical conduct because this is the Empress healing. This is like the spa of the Empress. To show you this, provide you this evidence or what I'm speaking about. Look at my architectural ideas that I came up with. A person says, what are you speaking about a certain type of? Alright. On this planet, they used to do acupuncture, right? Oh, I'm the one that taught acupuncture. Now, let me explain something to you, right? I might as well show you now. I have a book missing. The book gotta be here. Hold on, man. I have a certain book missing. Anyway, this is some of my architectural ideas. I'm not gonna get into it. I have a book that's supposed. It's probably on the bed. I didn't look, so I gotta make sure because I have five books. Five books are supposed to be here, but one of them seems like it's missing. I don't know who's stealing from the Empress. So, if I'm advancing my wife's anatomy at the time, coming up with all type of social economic ideas for the advancement of the earth and other places, I don't know who's robbing her or who's trying to rob her when it comes to cellular structure a certain type of way. So, in physics, so whoever's in the vicinity of my place robbing the earth of the ideas that I'm having a certain type of way, complicating the anatomy of the element empress of this earth. I don't know who's doing it because I'm a little conscious that advances are naturally. So if you have somebody taking away from my and they're taking away from the empress, my space empress of all the space, of the reason of the empresses in space empress summary. So whoever's robbing the books of the ideas and trying to steal my ideas and robbing the empresses and show you how real you can see the sun just came back out as I said this. So whoever's robbing the empresses, trying to take the books of my ideas and things that I came up with, or misplacing or going into my books, are actually robbing the conscience of the space empress, the anatomy of the space empress, and also the element empresses of the earths, moons, and suns at the same time. So whoever's doing that type of thing is a literal bacteria, virus, infection, disease. Literally. If you really want to be, if you want to be to the precise form, even in cellular structure, celestial, astrological, super, mega, quantum, and higher structure, or behind the highest, when it comes to physics, that's what whoever's doing, whoever's complicating and causing these little things a certain type of way are literal bacterial virus, and they just around and not caring and stuff. So, you know, somebody has to come handle that situation. It ain't gonna be me neither. But yeah, like I was saying, I was just online watching Allegro. Yo, listen, I'm speaking to the Element Empress and the Space Empress of all space to hear and view me. But even the Element Space Empress of all space, some call upon me. And to hear and view me, I'm just gonna say this. I was just online viewing people fucking over the anatomy of the empresses of the earth, element empress, because if they're supposed to have a core, they're not supposed to be with other men. And eating certain food and all type of stuff is already off. Oh, I'm getting a call from Los Angeles right now. Oh. Well, anyway, so whoever's whoever's robbing the element empress of her habitation, I'm just looking at them fucking over her cellular structure online, because if we have a digital system, even in social economics, and there's a main element, space empress, that means the leading up to the astrological empress. So from the inner point empress of the inner celestial, then you have the celestial point, then you have the outer celestial empress, then you have the celestial empress, then you have the celestial empress, and then you have the astrological empress, and then go up higher to the ladder or whatever. The people that's robbing the empress and causing the wrong conduct on her habitation of her planet, because I'm not having sex. So the people that's having sex on her planet are people that is literally not supposed to be having sex, because on this side of on the there's only on the southwest continent. A person says, "Why do you say the southwest continent?" Because my wife, she has to indulge in certain things a certain type of way, and then I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. So I don't care. You can wipe your ass with all that type of shit. I don't even fuck what you doing a certain type of way. But yo, I'm just being real. I'm looking at the individuals that is, because I'm looking at it on this side. So I'm looking at the individuals that's literally killing my empress cellular structure, that's violating her anatomy to her humane condition, that is causing her literal death, and the person just wanted to be okay in there, and they're literally murdering her. Because it's just like I told you, imagine an individual that's doing porno online, and then on top of it killing the empress. It's like doing porno, and then they're not the husband, they're not me, that's the real husband of the empress, that's her soulmate. Another individual is literally killing her. So like killing her cellular structure, polluting her habitation, and on top of it, trying to enjoy it, trying to trying to caress and ruin her happiness when it comes to anatomy. So that means that's somebody that's depressing her without her realizing that that she's being depressed, and that's literally gonna lead up to a physical murder and causing the end of the world. Well, the end of this planet. And that means they're gonna go after certain empresses. They're gonna go after one empress because they have more than one empress, so they're gonna go after each empress a certain type of way till they eliminate all the empresses. Wow, that's that's a person to tell you like an orgy. If a person would tell a person go to an orgy, that would be like an AIDS fest. According to what I'm looking at online, that's a literal AIDS fest. That would be somebody that has AIDS trying to manipulate the empress to have sex. So you'll have somebody that you because let me show you how you would really know this. If the element empress of this earth, the element empress, somebody approaches her trying to have sex with her, that's a person that has AIDS. Because if it ain't me, her husband, that's her soulmate. That's literally a person that has AIDS that's trying to have sex with her and trying to manipulate her to break her down to have sex. Or usually they're gonna lead up to her rape. It's gonna either lead up to her traumatic rape or trauma experience and they murder her or try to murder her, or it's gonna lead up probably them probably trying to possess her to murder her or capture her to murder her, or it's gonna cause a literal rape at the top, or rape, and on top of it they're gonna give her AIDS. Literal physics. If you listen, I'm nicer than the Empress even when it comes to physics and calculation and mathematics. So I'm telling you what it is. Wow. That's like her boyfriend that has AIDS and she could have cured herself, but then the nigga's trying to figure out the cure according to her AIDS, and then on top of it, and he has AIDS because of him being a life bearer, the energy's not gonna let him go. It's gonna want to kill him because of the violation that he's doing, and then on top of it, is it's like it's like it's like bargaining with the Empress a certain type of way at the time because it's like if he kills her, it has to make sure I get off the planet a certain type of way because it's bound to kill her. Because if she keeps on continuing doing what she's doing, that means she's gonna try to kill the other element of it. It's just like having a chick that comes from another planet having sexual conduct with the wrong people. That's the beginning outbreak of the disease inside the Empress of the Earth. Because she's supposed to be having sex with me. I'm the real husband. So if a chick comes and she's having sex with the opposite man, she's creating the wrong chemistry of vibration within the Empress and going against the Empress habitation. That means her habitation to the purity of her refinement, even of her own conscience. So if the Empress had to heal her own conscience, that person is causing the chemistry that's gonna keep on disrupting her own conscience. Because remember, I made the element empresses, so out in the purity of a conscience, so that whoever that chick is or the outside party is causing a disruption in her anatomy, her matter, and alchemy, and high light system, and causing a disruption in her consciousness, causing her not to be able to do martial arts, and causing her death of the physical reality. That person's a literal disease, and on top of it, I'm viewing it on the internet. Because all the men, it's like porn sites. You ever seen porn sites when you go to watch masturbation? That's one thing because a person that's masturbating can't even use a certain element to masturbate if it's the element empress. So if they're using the wrong type of element, according to not according to the element empress, or not according to me, because they're not supposed to be refining without anyway. If another man molded it, the element empress doesn't have children, so my empress of the earth that has children wouldn't make her children mold anything for nobody, because that doesn't make no sense, because that would be causing the destruction and death. So usually somebody that has to do that has to be the literal element empress herself, or me to make the molding for her, and I'm not doing stuff like that. So because what am I doing that for? And are you serious? And so, wow, yo, so I'm watching the people online just literally causing her outbreak in a disease and causing her to lose in martial arts bout against other people. So it's just like you ever seen the movie Independence Day with Will Smith with the aliens when they said the Asian people were the aliens, they were doing cryptic, and they were saying like the real Asian looking people were gonna be like the future aliens, like because their technology and because they they were gonna go against the Element Empress because they were like the Element Empress had to be a real high empress, so they said she she has to be vital in how sufficient she's moving in the physical reality. Notice I said sufficient because she's moving through the natural waves and currents of the natural vibrations and current of the atmosphere at the time. So a chick like that at the time, they're trying to kill. So you have your fishermen that's killing them, that's hunting for fish all the time. I don't eat fish, but you have the fishermen that's killing them, that's hunting for fish. You have oh, that was funny because in Chicago I met this lady. Said the guy, her husband on a diet, he has to eat fish. That was funny. Like a person that came and gave me some slick comment a certain type of way, and I just didn't say nothing. I just looked. I was just looking at the chick. You on the earth? You're talking about another man and you're dying at the same time. I was looking at him and her like they were both dying anyway. You had to know what I'm saying. Oh, they were in Chicago. Wow. Yeah, listen. The funniest situation, right? So I'm over here, the person that be killing the Empress, they'll be penetrating online, so they'll be so fiend out for pussy and getting dick recognition that they'll be penetrating the females online. So it's like imagine if I typed in masturbation women ladies only masturbating, and then in certain scenes you see men trying to penetrate through the screen. Like they it's a certain man watch, so he has to penetrate through the screen just to go have sex with a certain lady. At that time, that same man is the same virus and disease that's killing the element empress of this earth. So if you have girls that's on this earth a part of the element empress, remember the element empress is an intank already. So the cellular structure of our refinement is gonna be wanting to receive a certain form of nurturement. So the intank structure that's getting penetrated by another man at the time is the literal disease that's killing her conscience, to her refining of her consciousness, because it's not refining precisely to her anatomy of the nourishment she needs physically from me. And on top of it, the men that's penetrating those girls are the literal disease at the time. And on top of it, it might be a rape scene, because it's an element empress, so it might be a future rape scene after she gets murdered and killed. They might just rape her body, or they might rape her before they murder and kill her. So that's what I'm really viewing on YouTube right now. Now, if an element empress is viewing and hearing me, the element empresses of all this earth would view and hear me right now. Every single one of them, even the ones in the physical realm, would view and hear me clearly right now. Clear mind and clearly hear me. Now, they would know I'm their husband, Ralph Lincoln. And I'm just telling them straight up and down, like, what I'm viewing on YouTube right now is just like, the element empress. I'm just going to repeat this again. The known element empress is a literal intent. So, if she was making dildos, she had to form the precise dildo for herself, or I would have to do it because I'm her real soulmate, her real husband. So I would have to do it, but why would I do that? Because I'm here, so it don't make no sense. So if uh, if I'm viewing on YouTube, the chicks that's a part of her earth and a part of her light system is the chicks of intanks that want a certain type of comfort. And the men that's penetrating the digital system to have sex with those girls are the literal diseases at the time that's penetrating her physical, or the men that manipulated her physics to her habitation of her conscious soul wouldn't be able to refine precisely, because the natural nourishment she needs to refine, it comes from my physical and us having physical sex. So if I'm not having physical sex with her, she's not able to refine physically, so that'll be her dying in the physical reality. So the men that's penetrating through the digital system, because remember, this YouTube is still elements. So dealing with anatomy, alchemy, matter, and high frequencies of receptive light, of one's visual intent, of one's receptiveness, of one's sequencing, of acknowledgement, of one's habitation, of social economics. So the literal men that I've seen penetrating the girls that's online are the men that's literally killing the empress, or the disease at the time penetrating and irritating the anatomy and the cellular structure of the empress. Or it might be a future martial arts scene, because remember, it's an element. So if we're dealing with the future, it might be when she's actually, it might be at a point in time of the future, or a point in time of some present time of the future, or something that probably happened already. I just didn't realize that my wife probably died already or something. Or it might be a present time of the future of my wife being raped or murdered, and an individual probably murdered her, raping her corpse, or raped her and then murdered her, even at a time. Because I already seen I see men choking girls, smacking them in their face, and they're crying with dominatrix sex, and then on top of it, I seen girls having sex with machines, like literal pumping, throbbing machines that looks like it's murdering the literal chick online at the time, and they're just trying to survive. And then on top of it, the real husband is supposed to be nourishing the habitation of any feminine intent on this planet. Is supposed to be me, because I'm the soulmate of my empress. So if you have a social economic system that's coming here for private education, it's not supposed to be other men penetrating my wife's habitation. The only places that could happen a certain type of way is on the southwest continent, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Because if my wife even wiped her ass a certain type of way, I wouldn't. A person has to be clean. But if you've seen somebody actually penetrating her physical, or penetrating the females, trying to give them an orgasmic pleasure, or most likely it's causing trauma to their physical, because there would be no real orgasmic pleasure if they have a certain physical structure or fit. And on top of it is on the element empresses of this earth, is on their digital frequency. So that means the chicks over there are causing, either the chicks also, some of the chicks might be of dark matter or unpleasant features that's online. That's not something, remember when I was John Franklin Kennedy, the reason why they wanted to kill me is because ugly people wasn't supposed to be on television. Ugly, or the people with fucked up demeanors or fucked up features weren't supposed to be on television. It would cause a bad influence, because I was teaching them a reason of my wife's enlightenment, and for my wife to always stay young and rejuvenated and youthful, because she could always be sexy and pretty, and she wouldn't die, because she was the element empress. People got mad the fact that I wanted my wife to stay looking young, and I didn't want ugly influence on television that would have been fucking up the receptiveness of people's acknowledgement and view, and cause the wrong type of influence, and lead to people being democracy, or causing demonizing fucked up current conditions of one's mental and visual reality and physical reality. So I was trying to prevent those type of situations from ever happening, so they wouldn't murder my empress, and she wouldn't end up sick, or having to end up fucked up in the physical reality. But then I got shot, because the type what I was saying, and they didn't realize why I was saying it at the time, because they were stupid, and they didn't realize the importance of the empress that has to remain young a certain type of way, so the earth wouldn't fade out and give out, because she's the one regarding the habitation of the earth at the time, while the empress is in the real empress the astrological empress is in the metaphysical realm with the celestial and ancestral empress, because these empresses were celestial empresses. So the people shot me because of what I was saying, because I want my wife to remain young, and they were being jealous about the situation. So now I'm viewing online on YouTube on an element, So it's a high frequency of either the past present, or the past future of my wife literally dying, getting murdered or raped, or individuals martial law in her, raping her, or murdering her, then raping her, or raping her, then murdering her. So it's either or is the disease of her habitation, of her physical that I'm seeing at the time that's looking uncontrollable in the physical reality. And then it's literally dealing, remember, my wife is a celestial being, so we're dealing with the cellular structure of her habitation. So the chicks that's being penetrated, because I'm the only man that's supposed to be having sex on all these continents, because it's a private economic. So this chicks that's having sex on this earth is literally it is causing an irritation to her consciousness, to her habitation, that's causing her not to heal, because the only way she's gonna heal is when she gets precise sex from me, and me healing the inner part of her social economic system for her rejuvenation, for her vibration, her chemistry of individuals of a social economic system that's eating part of her nourishment of the earth. So, it's fucked up me viewing what I'm viewing, because it's looking like a real murder scene online. Wow. And then you have ignorant niggas that's probably that wanted to happen, and they just don't want her to even realize what's going on with her, because they plan to rape and murder her anyway, probably for her land. For her habitation, they probably want to pimp her like a whore to have some zombie doll bitch. Like some sanitation zombie doll bitch. That's fucked up, because I already got shot. I'm not waking up to no shit like that. I'm not dying. I'm not dying for no I'm not. I'm not dying for hooker pussy. I'm sorry. I can't die for no hooker pussy. I'm not saying my wife was a hooker, but I know my wife was supposed to be educated to know what's going on in the physical reality when it came to habitation. It's like knowing that I'm her husband. I'm her literal soulmate. Soulmate means precise nourishment to one's cellular, celestial, jewel stones and elements, and celestial, astrological, super, mega, quantum, highest, beyond highest structure of anatomy and matter. So, but other people, the chicks that a person says, well, why don't you do certain things a certain type of way? Well, it's seeming like you need refinement of certain types of ways. And if I'm counteracting certain situations, my dick, if I have sex with black girls, I hear their anatomy and their matter, that they'll turn light skin, right? And they'll be able to manipulate the um the physics of light. Because if a person did martial arts and hit somebody with a black Buddha palm, and the cellular structure turned black, that's them manifesting in the physical realm. It's just like, you ever seen Scorpion King Part 3, the movie, when they were calling people out the realm and cleaning their habitation to their physical conditions? It's the same thing. So if a person gets called to the physical realm, and I have sex with a girl, like I was having sex with Justine Seeley, she'll be able to turn light skin in the physical reality. And then on top of it, if she having sex with other men, that's just her wasting away the energy, so you would know she was a disease or not. Because she turns light skin, and then she starts having sex with other people for money or fun in certain situations. That's like, she must be the literal disease that is manipulating the physical reality, and then she just didn't give a fuck about the Empress, and the Empress giving her a second chance. So you already know what it is when Doombox with that structure. And it's just like Savon Sons. Savon Sons was a Mushu bitch from Chinese food, a Haitian Chinese food, or a certain type of way that does, got with this chick named Liv. that the razor edge blade and shield that just raped through some other people's anatomy at times. And then on top of it, just did some fucked up chemistry, probably buried the body where they raped because they were the ones that also caused the Babylon, the Sodom and Gomorrah rape. So, they probably buried the body or something somewhere, probably wiped off, didn't care, or all types of funny situations. And then, you had the chick come check me because they were probably thinking about certain other things. And then the niggas probably looking for an excuse. They probably found her, trained her, or all type of shit. Because if they're gonna cover their anatomy or the things that they were doing, like criminal acts, they're gonna go after the girls that they rape and the cellular structure that they caused. They're gonna know where it's at, and then niggas know they're gonna try to be manipulating the physical reality with those type of girls. And then they're gonna try to put their fucked up mother's energies that used to put the curses on people because they remember their mothers violated a real jewel that was a beyond highest jewel that had inner points of lightning also on highest quantum mega super astrological celestial and inner points of lightning, all other jewel stones and elements, and also of the jewel was of a star. It had star clusters, astrology constellations, and sacred zodiacs in it. And it had its own space because it was a jewel. So I'm just gonna show you how real it is. So you have individuals that's probably learned that try to probably penetrate the jewel magic, and their mothers try to ruin the jewel. So those were people that was pressurizing, causing the wrong humane condition of the earth that was gonna crack the jewel. It was gonna end up for the jewel being cracked. It's like cracking a diamond, a ruby, a sapphire. Those people. If you have people that could do things like that, or cause that type of reality in somebody's reality like that, that has to be a bacteria, virus, disease. It's a super enormous disease that's manipulating, and when you look within, it's nothing but dark matter or dark conscience, or a person that has demented thoughts, or cynical thoughts, or they would literally be residing in the atmosphere of a social economic system where there's nothing but dark matter, brown skin and black skin people. That's it. Unless they tried to save their own life to get away from the situation, something else. But unless somebody else just don't care, because remember, in the paradigm of time, I got shot, so I'm healing on the right side of my head. I got shot in my chest. I got shot in my head. So I'm healing right now. I'm refining in the paradigm and trying to heal my anatomy. So now you have individuals that didn't want me to heal because of the fucked up situation, and then on top of it was elements that caught something. I don't want to speak about it. I'm a real doctor, so I don't have to speak about it to tell individuals about anatomy, real mythology, hold up, science, metaphysics beyond the physical, dealing with beyond the physical of the higher realms of the higher existence of one's habitation, of the higher conscience, or mythology, dealing with the materializing of one's higher light, of one's anatomy, of one's astrological or celestial and celestial being. So, I'm just being real with you, so I don't really have to get into and tell anybody that I'm naturally remembering these things without individuals. So that just shows you I was already up there. So another person is just fucking up, lying to individuals, and it's gonna cause. It's just like imagine a social economic system that just want to be animals all day. Those are all wild emotions. That's gonna be a person that's gonna drive the Earth Empress to be uncontrollable, and then cause the outbreak and the disease and the habitation of a human condition, and then she's gonna have to tirelessly being weak. It's gonna be like having cancer, going out there trying to fight off that. Oh my god! I stopped smoking. I had to stop smoking, and like I used to smoke. I used to have oxygen trees around my house, and you just smoke. I was to be okay. When I used to smoke, sometimes I would go sit by the tree, chill by the tree, or go smoke by trees. Another person realized that I was smoking by the trees and I was going to go sit by the trees, so it would have been giving the earth the precise oxygen to the carbon dioxide, so it could give the earth the oxygen, because remember, the oxygen trees are fingerprints, so it gives you the precise oxygen. It adjusts to your humane condition to give you the precise oxygen, or to grow at the time if you really need it, if you're really important to the social economic system. It grows certain things for the habitation at the time, and then you have to winter time to get away from the situation because it's not just social economics. It's not going to throw off its own chemistry or the balance to make somebody else settle at a time. And I made this earth, so I know what I'm speaking about. I'm not one of those niggas that just came to the earth and talking shit. I literally made the earth. So you have this. You hear this nigga, the train driver, just causing discrepancies while I'm speaking. That shit doesn't make no sense. Yo, listen, man. Let me be real with you. Now imagine that type of situation, and then on top of it, when I had the oxygen tree by my house, you had somebody that came, the Spanish-looking, fat, fucked up. I don't know if he was Spanish. I don't know if he was Arab. I don't know if he was Hindu, Indian. He was a light-skinned guy. It looked light-skinned at the time. He just came, chopped down he got people chop down the fucking tree, oxygen tree. It looked like an oxygen bonsai tree that was growing flowers. Yo, I treated the tree one night. 3 weeks later, it started growing flowers on it and around it. Never seen before. And it was it was an oxygen tree. Then it started looking like a bonsai oxygen tree. Another person got instantly scared when I treated the tree. 3 weeks later, it started growing flowers on it. It was gonna smell even more wonderful. So if it was growing flowers, that means the scent of the aroma of the chemistry was picking up to a higher fragrance, and it was gonna be even more sufficient for one's habitation in the physical realm. And you know what somebody did? They came and cut it down. And then you know what else they did? Then sanitation started coming around like sanitation was some foul pussy. All day sanitation, all day with their fucking truck. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with them niggas? I don't know. I was have to get out of New York after that. And I'm the one that treated the tree, Ralph Lane Jr. Wow. I'm gonna watch this recording endlessly every day now. Wow. Yo, whenever I feel like it, I'm gonna watch this recording endlessly. Every day, whenever I feel, I'm just gonna click on my own recording and watch it every day. Wow. The Element Empress is getting killed by other people on porn online, on the internet. Other men are penetrating pussy. It's like a rape. It's like somebody trying to lure her to a dungeon to murder and kill her at a time. It's like an AIDS rape party. That's what it's seeming like to me online. How much you want to bet the physics are going to lead up to some situation like that? Or it must be somebody that just did some martial arts, that just doing some wudang technique. It probably somebody doing some animalistic wudang bacterial virus hand technique or foot technique, and then they're just doing martial arts on people and fucking up people's habitation on the earth inside of the Empress. What is spoiling her ovaries for her not to, I could have kids with my wife, but we chose not to have kids because I have kids with my other wife that's higher, so she would be able to regard it. She wouldn't be manipulated by what was going on in physical. So is this like somebody, I know my wife wouldn't make the kids marry one of my empresses because that would literally throw her off out of whack, and then she would be fucked up because I'm the soulmate even of her guardian. So it's like somebody literally trying to spoil her anatomy and causing her ovaries to go spoiled. Too many niggas that want to be down with with an empress that they're not supposed to be down with. That's like a chick trying to protect her castle, and another nigga just kicking down her door like Igor Frankenstein. Say, yo, just come out, man, give me a little pussy, man, or you're just gonna die, bitch. Like, and I know she's able to handle her physical reality without even being hurt. That's the funny situation. Because my wife would be able to identify me in the physical realm. She would see me. There's forms of even the higher acknowledgement for she to know that I'm a real husband, so she could pass out and be comfortable around me. Nothing would happen to her. If I have sex with her, it's okay because I'm a soulmate. But if another nigga, it's like another nigga planting indicas in a social economic system like LA in a hot climate that's just trying to depress her reality just to rape her at a time. It's just like somebody learning where the Empress was, learning of physics, and then trying to depress her reality on drugs, and then trying to make her pass out to give her some roofie to rape her, and then filling her up with the wrong cellular structure that's gonna deteriorate her inside. Yo, niggas hit me with an injection in Coney Island. That injection didn't make it here though. Another person said, "What you speaking about, bro? There's galaxies, there's ninja galaxies and other galaxies that already eliminated those situations before they even got to your solar. So if somebody was having an affair, there's no excuse because other niggas is just laughing at the situation to some stink whore or stink pussy bitch. That's like a element empress that's having an outbreak. Like I told you with the animals. If you have animals, this is an element empress, a star planet. If you have animals doing zodiac science and people being born animals and turning into humans or animals turning into people, I mean, you listen, people turning into animals or animals turning into people, that means that's like a herpes and a disease outbreak that they're trying to kill the empress at the time. That's how you would know they're trying to kill the empress because there's supposed to be a level of high class, middle class, low class. Once they eliminate the middle class, it's just an Armageddon after that to one's habitation of one's conscience. You know, the year of animals is 8,889. Or if you want to be real precise, 8,800. I would say 68 or 69. I would say 8,889. The year of the Mings is 8,888. And that's not the animal calendar neither. That's the day of real regardment and real honor. A certain type of way. I'm miracle, so I could tell you, I always been complete. But if you ever wanted to see the miracles of life, you have to be a real honor to realize what a real miracle is. And I'm the real miracle. You wouldn't want to know the years of certain things. Those are, you get the fuck out of here, you don't belong here, you don't even belong to be alive here. You come out the wrong way, you don't even belong to be alive. The year of the serpentine people are the year of 6,646. Because they have to be caged, some of them. The year of the birds are the year 5,554. Precise. So they're not even supposed to be in the social economic system now. If you're seeing that in the social economic system, Those are that's like a person violating one's habitation a certain type of way, or just a certain gunshot at the time. It's like a wooden dart arrow, a poison dart, wooden needle, or a gunshot at the time. If we want to be precise when we come to the elements, right? This is the year of the elements. It's the year 2000, the year of the reflection, the year of the mirror, the year of the elements, the year of one's refinement of one's habitation to one's vibrational currency of one's consciousness of one's social humanity. The year of comfort, and it's not supposed to be other than that. It's supposed to be one man. I never lost my identity. I never had to worry about identity theft, right? Or, I made the empresses, so I made their nervous system and their conscience. So if they're getting fucked over to get murdered and to be reconditioned by other men, that'll be the end of the world after that. You should listen to my other YouTube documentaries. Oh well, I have nothing else to say. I just couldn't believe the Element Empress was being murdered and raped and the diseases I was seeing online. I just couldn't believe it. And then to think about it, look, if I type in Asia, Japanese or Korean, what will I be seeing? Oh shit. Where somebody told me you get finger jabbed all day. Yo, the men that was doing Chikon on the Japanese buses, they were killing the element. Those men were raping the element empress. They just didn't get to her entire. It's probably they didn't find out where she was there before they killed her. Yeah, it's just like a man that wants to be next to pussy that's gonna be next to her. Do you know when the rape is gonna happen? Yeah, there's some chick in the hallway that's whispering and yelling all day. The bitch ain't sucking. Yo, she ain't doing nothing physical for a nigga but annoying a nigga's consciousness. What the fuck is this bitch even there for? Then? Is that a disease in the hallway speaking, or somebody? You know something? I don't got nothing else to say. Yo, real science, real physics. I'm already in places that other places have rooms, and then other people just want to be heard for the. Yo, listen. I feel, I guess in Mensa society, the Asian nigga in the store was right. I feel sorry for your mother. And then the nigga broke the bottle. That's all she wrote, folks. Love one. Element, purity. I'm a refiner. That's all I know.